guys, how are you guys doing? I know I haven't posted in a while and I am sorry. So today, I'm pretty sure you see by the title that we got our genetic test results back, and I am going to share them with you. Now, when I first got this call, when I found out about this, I was at my doctor and I was like, are the results back? Are results back? And my nurse was like, no, I just checked and they didn't have it over the weekend, da 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 da. And I was like, She was like, it wasn't on my desk. And anyway, somebody that did a transfer before me, results wasn't back yet. So she was like, yours is not back. I wouldn't guess that yours is back either. So I was like, okay. So I had to speak with the financial person before I transfer, and she was so happy. Well, she's normally happy, but she was like overly bubbly, and she was like, oh, she said, I'm so happy for you. Did you you guys done so good? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was just like, I'm so happy for you. Got the results over the weekend. And I'm like, my nurse just said that you didn't. She was like, oh. I was like, she said, oh, but you have plenty of embryos. And I'm like, say no more. Don't say anything else, because I wanted my nurse to go over everything with me. So she said, you're going to be really happy with the results. And I'm so happy for you, because she knows everything that we've been through. And it's not been an easy story for us. It's not been cut and dry. Well, I probably shouldn't do that gesture, but it hadn't been easy. So she didn't tell me the results. My nurse called me. Well, I text so when I got in my car, before I pulled off, I texted my nurse and I was like, so I hear the results are back. And she didn't say anything. And like a few minutes later, she called me and I'm like, ooh. At this point I'm driving. I'm like, okay, but let me find a place to pull over. So I was like, okay, all right, so that's my dog, y'all. I was like, should I be nervous? How do I need to brace myself? Just trying to prepare, because we had so much bad news. I was just like, okay. But I feel like we tested a good amount of embryos to have like some good news. So here is the report. So we retrieved 33 eggs and 28 fertilized, and 24 made it to freeze. So let me do this calculation. Okay. Yeah, 24. Okay. So the results were that we had 12 normal embryos. 12. Can you guys believe 12? I was not expecting that at all. Just because we only had 14 make it to freeze, and the last time, and I don't know how many of those was normal. We didn't do genetic testing last time, so I assumed a lot of them were abnormal because we had a lot of issues. But we done so great this cycle. Like, we done really, really, really great. And I felt like it was gonna be good, but I didn't really want to like just be so overly happy because I didn't know the outcome. But the day before, at day 4, all of them were still going. All 28 were still going. And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. And that was not the case last time. So, but yeah. So we had 12 normal, 2 mosaic, and 4 abnormal, which that's pretty good. Like, that's a good number, because when we unthawed the 8, like we had some failed transfers, and we just over the summer we decided to unthaw our last 8 embryos and test them. We had 5 that was abnormal, and 3 that was normal. So just having 4 out of 18 being abnormal is amazing. So let's see. And okay, so the abnormal ones was, I wrote this down wrong. So the abnormal ones I'm showing, I typed this down, but I was on the phone when she was telling me this. It says that 1, and now this is my writing, 1 male that's abnormal and 2 girls that's abnormal. It's my refrigerator, sorry. I don't know. But I know the 2 girl, the mosaics, both of those are girls. And I can't remember if I asked my nurse or not, or she told me like what level, because it's a high mosaic and it's a low mosaic. And I believe they're high mosaic. I'm not really for sure. That's something I'm gonna clarify and I'll let you know. So yes, but I'm not gonna tell you like the genders of our babies, but we have plenty of each. So 12 that are normal. Well, I'll tell you. No, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. But I don't think you guys would guess anyway. Just not guess like what is here. Because initially me and hubby were gonna decide what we wanted to transfer, and then I decided that I did not want to know. I wanted to be surprised. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna let our nurse decide what we have or what's transferred. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let my husband decide. So I let my husband decide what we would transfer. So yeah, he made that decision. We had to make the decision. A little while ago. We had to, all those documents had to be signed because they needed to know way ahead of time before anything happens, just so they could be able to choose, like, because we wanted the best quality embryo. So I don't know how much time it takes to like go through 18, well, not even 18, but 12 embryos to find out the best quality. But apparently they pick those out beforehand. So before we even knew, it's my dog, before we even knew the genetic report, we had to choose what we were gonna transfer. So, and that was like a time crunch because I was like, oh my goodness, are we gonna be able to, know what is what before we do a transfer? Because the last thing I wanted to do was go in and transfer something that was abnormal, what we thought looked good, and then it really be abnormal, and then later on come to find out that it is, it's abnormal. So but they told us that they would cancel our transfer if the results were not back in time, but the results are back, so we have that. And I'm excited. I am nervous just because we went through a lot of embryos during this whole process. We went through, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We went through 9 embryos. So there was a comment, someone asked, what would we do if we have so many normal embryos? And to be honest, the amount of embryos that we went through, we definitely need these normal ones. we're definitely hoping that it was like an abnormal embryo issue. But we just can't say that for sure, because with our twin pregnancy, one was normal, one was abnormal. So we don't really know. They were thinking that by one being normal, one being abnormal, if your body is trying to rid of the abnormal one, it could rid the normal one as well. So that was like a theory. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, again, I'm not gonna make this video long because it's gonna take forever to upload, but I did want to give you guys the information once we got it. So again, 12 normal, 2 mosaic. I want to say they're high mosaic, but I can't say for sure. 4 abnormal, and the genders I'm not gonna tell you guys. If some of you get, like, if a lot of people request, then we would, but I let my husband choose what we would transfer, so we'll see. All right, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. And if you have not, please subscribe and like this video. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.